Lakhs of Lankans are on the streets as the country witnesses a people's revolution with masses raising anti-government slogans on the street. The chant for change reverberating in Colombo in what many refer to as the Arab Spring moment for the crisis-hit island nation.
After hours of the fight which started between the security forces and the angry protesters, now they have captured the Prime Minister's office here in Colombo. We have seen the videos of how the President's house, the Prime Minister's house was under siege by these angry protesters, which is certainly something has also changed here on the ground. These are the thousands of protesters who have been fighting time and again with the police officers and the army personnel. Hundreds of tear shells were also fired on them. But now on the ground, what we are showing you is a visual which is certainly unprecedented. No one knew that this kind of situation can arise in Colombo. Ranil Wickremesinghe, who was the Prime Minister so far, who has just now sworn in as the interim President of Sri Lanka, had his office here, which has been captured by the people here. If you can look at the board, Pankaj, it's quite clearly sees the Prime Minister's office, which was here. So, Prime Minister's office has also been captured by protesters. What we can see that these people want to siege the new location for where there is a deployment which has been done. Ranil Wickremesinghe, who is supposed to become the new president of the country, is something which these protesters have been not agreeing to. Look at the crowd. Look at the huge crowd which is marching towards the location of the Prime Minister's house. There are only few security personnel, the commandos who are here. But at this juncture, certainly, it's not possible for the police officials also to stop this kind of gathering, the crowd which has marched. Please play out the ground report where we spoke to one of the organizers and what he had to say while these protesters were marching towards this location near the Royal College. So the situation has certainly gone out of control. Gotabaya Rajpaksha has left the country. The protesters are angry that they don't want Ranil Wickremesinghe to be the new interim president. There is a massive amount of anger which is coming out from the protesters who are right now demanding that Ranil should not become the president of the country.
They are killing us. They are killing our no-weapon people. They are killing our protesters. We are peaceful protesters. They are killing this Ranil Wickremesinghe using this army and they are killing us. What a shame, Ranil. In local language, I told he a dog. He's a dog. Ranil Wickremesinghe, you are a dog, man. You are a dog. This is army and SCF coming and they are shooting and firing tear gas and CS gas. Please, international media, please help us. This Ranil is killing us. Ranil is killing us. Shame on you, Ranil. Shame on you.
Oh, there are small children and women, girls, young crowd, all the young crowd. They are killing. They are attacking from both sides. You do this, put this on your live telecast, so that the world can see.
Now, before I bring in Priyank, Anurangi Singh is now joining us. She's a journalist joining us from Lanka. Thank you for speaking to Times Now, Ms. Singh. What do you make of the latest on the ground?
Thank you for having me. First, I must say that currently it's chaotic. It's very chaotic. And what needs to happen at the moment is there has to be a peaceful transition of power. Yes. There is vehement protest for the Prime Minister or the acting President of the country, Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe. However, the smooth transition of power has to be according to the rule of law and the constitution of the country. So, in order for that to happen, there has to be normalcy in the country to a certain extent. The pulse of the people is that the Prime Minister has to leave. If that is so, the president is not in the country. He has not resigned yet. So for all intents and purposes, he is still the president of the country. The transition of power has to happen through these courses, or I mean, although we want them out, the transition has to happen through them. Initially, during the earlier part or the latter part of last week, the consensus or the sort of agreement was that during the all-party conferences, the all-party conference that followed through immediately after the 9th July protest, was that the acting speaker will be appointed as, I beg your pardon, the speaker will be appointed as the acting president, and a new president will be sworn in or elected through the parliamentary election. That is not the normal presidential election where we all go and vote for a president. This will be a person who can gather the confidence of the parliament, and the parliament members will elect him through a secret ballot as the president of the country to work for the remainder of the existing presidency, or whenever the elections are declared. However, we did not see that happen. So ideally, what would have happened was, when the president left the country, he should have resigned, which is yet pending.
Has he left the country, or Anuranjit Singh, has the president left the country, or has he fled, abandoned everyone and fled?
Well, yes, thank you for correcting me. He left early this morning. He sort of fled early this morning. There were several attempts to leave the country, and they were sort of curtailed. Many didn't let him leave, so he had to sort of flee. Reports indicate that the initial attempt to flee did not pan out as expected, so they had to come back, and then again they had to make the second visit to Male, only upon which Male agreed to allow the SLF, the plane that was carrying them, to land, and that's what happened. So, however, we ideally what
okay, then I'm sorry to interrupt, Anuranjit Singh. Let me ask you this. And correct me if I am wrong. Reports suggest, and this is what we are picking up, that Gotabaya will not settle down in Maldives. He is now thinking of going to Singapore. What are you hearing?
Yes, reports and also sources have indicated that the initial plan was to fly to Dubai from Male. However, that has changed, or maybe that was the plan from the outset, that he will be traveling to Singapore shortly, and then once that happens, the expectation is that once that happens, the resignation will come in. However, so far the speaker has already made about 3 announcements for the day, saying that the resignation will come in, which is yet to come.
Now, many people are also saying that Gotabaya has gone. What about the other people in the Rajapaksa family? They should be jailed.
Reports indicate that certain members, such as Mr. Basil Rajapaksa, is in the country. They should be jailed. However, they will have to following due legal process. I can't say that they should be just hanged or jailed, but the course of the law must take place. We can't go beyond that. Even when it comes to these protesters, the thing is that what they call or what they demand for is very reasonable. However, it cannot be arbitrary. It has to be within the rule of law, which is what the Bar Association earlier, yesterday, issuing a statement, Bar Association.
Okay. Thanks for that quick word, Anuranjit Singh. Stay on with us. Priyank Tripathi also joining the broadcast. Priyank, news coming in. The forces have got free hand to contain crisis. Massive escalation in the Sri Lankan crisis. Clearance after public offices were taken over by the protesting crowd.
See, Pranay, the protesters are right now moving back to the golf fields from where they came, because that was the location where they have been protesting since 3.5 months. And as you can see, these are the protesters who are once again going back to the golf face after the massive, fight which they had with the security personnel. But there has been a development which has also happened, is that the forces have been told not to, use, forceful means so far, because these protesters have moved inside the Prime Minister's house as well. But in a short while from now, Gotabaya Rajapaksa will be moving towards Singapore, because that is his final destination. And very strategically, he has opted not leave the post of the president of the country till the time he reaches Sri Lanka, so that all these government aircrafts can be used by him.
And also, Srinjoy Chaudhary has just updated us, and top sources have told him that Gotabaya's people have bought tickets for different places, including Dubai and India. India also on the list. He hasn't boarded a flight as yet, not clear what he is planning, but Gotabaya very much in Malé, still planning his next move. Priyank.
Yes, Pranesh, this is the information that we broke yesterday, that Gotabaya Rajapaksa was trying to have a deal with the opposition party, that the Gotabayas, the Rajapakshas and everyone who is husband close to him should be given a safe passage, which was later on denied by the Prime Minister's office. But what happened in the late night was quite a big example of how the PSYOPs has also been paid by Ranil Wickremesinghe and the armed personnel to deny the media claim, the source-based information which we have been bringing. But every point has been proven in the last Pradesh, what I was trying to say, that every information which we have broken for viewers has been proven in the last 24 hours. It was a strategy which was opted by the government to give a safe passage to Gotabaya Rajapaksa, as well as the moment Ranil Wickremesinghe was supposed to be made the interim president, there was a massive movement of individuals which happened, and after that the Prime Minister's office is also at siege. So we'll have to wait till 28th of this month to see that who will be the next president. Till the time that happens, the protesters will keep on, storming inside those most important installations which has been a part of the decision-making process in Sri Lanka.
But now that the forces have got a free run, and Wickremesinghe has ordered the Sri Lankan military and police to do whatever is necessary to restore order, now that this order is in place, whether the people can march, carry on with the protest, we will have to wait and watch. But this is what the people are saying. Listen to reactions coming in.
Yes, Sati, they are the youth of this country who have been sitting here, and they have been waiting for this day. You people have been waiting for this day for Gotabaya to step down, but he has left without resignation.
Yeah, he left the country without telling the people.
But he has left without resignation. What do you see now?
I don't know. People rejected him. So today people tried to chase him away, but he left the country today without telling.
How do you see your future? You must be studying in college.
Yeah.
How do you see your future from now? Because the country is going through such a bad phase.
I'm trying to leave the country. Yeah, because
You're trying to?
leave the country.
You're trying to leave the country?
Yeah, leave the country. Because I don't think there is no future. There is a future here.
But your country is a beautiful country. There are good institutions here.
Yeah, I think, but I don't think we have a future here.
Very sad thing, very sad statement coming out from these students who don't have any other options left. And talk to them. Gotabaya has left.
He left from the country, so we are waiting for the new presidents. So as soon as we are waiting for the new presidents, Gota go home.
But he has not resigned yet.
Yeah, we know that he not resigned. So, but we are supposed to waiting for his recess. That's why we came from outside of country. Long trip ago, we came here, so we are waiting for them.
You want a new, who should be the ideal president? You want honest people to be made.
Other peoples to be here, but we need the good people of the, like Ranil Wickremesinghe is a good talent.
You're watching the biggest non-stop coverage live from Colombo on Times Now. Taking a short break, lots more lined up when we return. Please stay with us.